Folks, hello again. It might already be the most famous mugshot in history, and there have been a few in the United States, which is saying something. But has a mugshot ever decided an election, or at the very least, played a major part in one? The answer is no, until now. Last week, Donald Trump had this booking photo taken as a result of his fourth indictment in the state of Georgia over attempts to overturn the last election. He wasn't alone, of course. Rudy Giuliani also got one. Now, you have to wonder, was it necessary? Everyone knows who these guys are. It's not like they're going to be a flight risk. Where are they going to go and not be noticed? And also, if they weren't aware, Trump is running for the White House. He needs to be in America. Many have argued this was an attempt at political humiliation in an election campaign. And while Trump does have questions to answer, particularly over the phone call to Brad Raffensperger, it's a bit of gold for Trump. And what does he do when he gets thrown a lemon? He makes lemonade. You just know what was going through his mind as that photo flash went off. He's thinking this will be used as a weapon. After all, his team already sold fake versions of mugshots after that first indictment based on the Stormy Daniels affair. On Twitter, which is now X, Trump posted for the first time in more than 2.5 years, directing folks to his website where donations could be made. The mugshot became part of his official merchandise: t-shirts, bumper stickers and stubby holders. And so far, more than $7 million US has been raised. That's about $11 million here in Australia. And it's a number that will only climb, and he's perfectly entitled to do it. So this photo actually helps his campaign, which has revved up his Republican opponents.
There's almost nothing anymore that he could do that would surprise me in terms of the ongoing grift. Donald Trump promised the country when he ran in 2016 that he would drain the swamp. Really, all he did was rearrange the swamp.
There's no doubt some jealousy from rivals as Trump uses the negativity to his advantage and becomes even more of a runaway leader in a contest that Chris Christie has no chance of winning. The photo will dominate the election for both sides. Trump will obviously use it, as he already has, as a rallying cry, proof, he claims, that it's him against the system.
I really believe this is a very sad day for America. This should never happen. If you challenge an election, you should be able to challenge an election. I thought the election was a rigged election, a stolen election, and I should have every right to do that. As you know, you have many people that you've been watching over the years do the same thing, whether it's Hillary Clinton or Stacey Abrams or many others. When you have that great freedom to challenge, you have to be able to, otherwise you're going to have very dishonest elections. What has taken place here is a travesty of justice. We did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. And everybody knows it. I've never had such support. And that goes with the other ones, too. What they're doing is election interference. They're trying to interfere with an election. There's never been anything like it in our country before.
He made an interesting point there. We all know he thinks the last election was rigged, even though he was soundly beaten on votes. But just there, he sampled a new attack line that the next election is rigged too because of interference that's being run by the courts. Interference another of his opponents, Vivek Ramaswamy, thinks was run last time, not by the courts, but by big tech, which is correct.
I'm data-driven. There's hard data showing that many voters, many independent voters, would have changed their result enough to influence the outcome of the election if they had been exposed to what we now know to be the truth about the Hunter Biden laptop story. By contrast, I've also been clear. I have not yet seen evidence that there was ballot fraud of a scale that would have changed that result. I'm just responding to data on both fronts.
So we know now how the Republicans will spin it. The Democrats will too. That the shot is a form of visual proof of a crook trying to return to Washington. But Biden has to be careful when it comes to the law. This was his take on it.
Have you seen Donald Trump's mugshot yet? Mr. President, are you worried at all about that?
I did see it on television.
What'd you think?
Handsome guy. Wonderful guy.
Biden has his own problems, many of them, which is why I said last week neither should be running for the White House again. But the mugshot has certainly added fuel to the fire. And if the Democrats think this is going to be a winner for them, it's not, because it's already been a plus for the Trump campaign. And as Hollywood has proven, mugshots often don't matter much. Robert Downey Jr., just one who got his picture taken and then went on to be one of the movie industry's biggest and highest paid stars. And when you think about it, there's not much that's different between Washington and Hollywood. The make-believe, the egos, the lies, and every so often a comeback story. Donald Trump has his eye on one now. Thanks for watching. To support this channel, please like, share and subscribe below. See you next week.